have divided. Kipchumba Murkomen is in charge of goons for Nairobi and the mountain, where they are having resistance. These goons are sent to areas where William Ruto is being resisted. Raymond Omoro has goons to deal with Nyanza and Western to deal with the leader Mwananchi Sifuna and group. And the goons in Nairobi and the mountain, they are supposed to deal with Gachagua and DCP. If this Murkomen is the one who will be in office, there will be anarchy in this country. Because what will happen, Rogers, and rightly so, people will not accept a stolen election. People will not allow William Ruto to come back to power through fraud and through an election. The people of Kenya will say no to intimidation. They will say no to goonism. They will say no to police brutality. And the people of Okalau have shown that a determined population can withstand police with guns, with grenades, and that is what will happen. So it's upon William Ruto. The remaining time, he can do nothing about the economy. The economy has gone to the dogs. The education sector has crumbled. The health sector has crumbled. Nothing is working in the country. One thing he can do for the people of Kenya, because they made him president, much as they are through with him and they want him to be one term and he'll be one term, there is one thing he can do to this country. Secure this country. I heard him today complaining about Khartoum. Oh, Khartoum was a very good town, now it's in ruins. That's the route you are driving your country. How can he talk about Khartoum, that it is in ruins? He is setting the stage for Khartoum. Because, Rogers, once people lose trust in the National Police Service, the men and women entrusted to protect them, once people lose trust in the capacity of government to protect them, once people conclude that the government is the one killing them, the government is the one persecuting them, people will take up arms and defend themselves.
Because you know it is such a scenario, Mr. Gachagua.
But it's not me. It's not me.
True,
the onus is on William Ruto, because when he became president, I was there with him. He took the Bible and sought to uphold the Constitution. He sought to defend life and property. But he has decided to kill Kenyans. He has decided to injure Kenyans. He has decided to fight the very people who elected him, especially the people of Olakalau, the people of this mountain. They are actually very bitter because they are very bitter because they elected him. They elected him to protect them. They elected him to bring prosperity. They elected him to bring sanity in their lives. They elected him to make the economy better. But they feel so betrayed. They are so bitter. They are so angry that instead of protecting them, he has actually decided to harm them, to kill them, to make life impossible for them, to touch their property, to send policemen with guns to kill them. Why on earth would a policeman on duty be hooded? Because they don't want people to know them. Why would a policeman go with an unmarked car? And we are asking, Murkomen thinks Kenyans are very stupid. He is saying that we need to know who are those people, what were they doing there. There were 2,000 policemen. There was 4 platoons of GSU. There was 4 platoons of unstock theft unit. If it was normal crime, they would have stopped it. But they did stop it because they had instructions to let those police goons do what they had come to do. Okay,
your point is across, and you've been on record previously mentioning about, is it 101 trained police officers?
Yes.
Is this the same unit?
No, the 101 police officers was trained specifically for abductions and extrajudicial killings. They are the ones who abducted and killed the agencies, and they were all from the administration police, trained to kill, to abduct, and to conceal. And that is a group by Murkomen. That is a special group by Murkomen to deal with the politics. Murkomen brief by William Ruto is to make sure he is re-elected through goonism and violence, and to suppress anybody who has a different opinion and who does not support William Ruto.
What does that say about the National Police Service? Who's the puppeteer? Because it seems it's been captured.
The IG is a flower girl. He's very frustrated. He told a friend of mine that he could even resign because he does not know what goes on in the National Police Service. He deployed people, and he did a good thing. But I warned him. I said, I don't think you know the instructions. Two inside and 14 outside. He did his job. He deployed GSU just in case there is problem. He deployed ESTU just in case there is problem. He brought water cannons. But Murkomen sent another group that overpowered what IG had deployed. And they were told not to interfere with the activities. He's a very helpless man. He's a man from my village. And I have told him to consider resigning because he will be the most disgraced head of police since independence. That the police he heads has become a goon police. Goons are part of the National Police Service. They go in the same vehicles. He is the head of police that attacks citizens. I mean, it must be a very painful thing to Douglas Kaja, if he has any conscience, that the people that this man, he will do what I want because he didn't have papers. It was even challenged. Then the president organized for him to get some fake papers. Douglas Kaja has a fake degree, so the president holds him hostage. And I think what is happening is that the president will want to keep Douglas Kaja up to the election so that Murkomen can do whatever he wants within the National Police Service, and then Kaja can be blamed. That is exactly what is happening.
Okay.
You know? And Kaja is helpless because I don't think if he resigns, the president will go for him. I think you just have to stay there, allow Murkomen and Omolo do crazy things within the National Police Service, kill Kenyans, injure them, try to steal the election, and then the blame is taken to IG Kaja when things are behind his back. In fact, Murkomen works with his tribesmen. He's called Eliud Langat. You know, evidence is now being given that it is DIG Langat who ordered that man to be tortured.
Well, it's a case before
it's
the
going
courts.
on. No, but
yeah, so sub judice. I know you know.
But it's going on.
Yes.
You know this is public information.
True.
It's actually crisis in the National Police Service. Is that Kipchumba Murkomen is running the National Police Service through Eliud Langat outside the command of the IG. But the IG, because he is held by William Ruto because he has a fake degree, he cannot talk, he cannot say anything. He's a man in agony. Okay. He's a man in agony.
Regarding Gachagua, hasn't verified those claims. But as we continue, there's an attempt to are done in the country. I'm sure you reports KNCHR, the Attorney General's office, developing a bill that is seeking to regulate peaceful demonstrations following that Kisumu court landmark ruling that tasked government to develop, publish clear legal operational regulations governing public assemblies. Are we over-legislating despite the problem being police and non-compliance to the rule of law?
All those bills will be thrown out by the court because they go against the Bill of Rights. You know, any legislation that is inconsistent with the Constitution is null and void to the extent of that inconsistency. The 2010 Constitution has the best Bill of Rights, and the right to picket is there in the Constitution. There is no way we can suppress the right to picket. In fact, we don't have a problem. You know, I heard the president saying, oh, the problem, people are arrested, they are released by the courts. The people who attacked Wetima have not been arrested and taken to court. So, Mr. President, what are you complaining about? The people who attacked me in Lemuru, they have never been arrested.